Yes, yes, yes. I feel so much better. My mic is working. Well, hold on. Let me not prematurely celebrate. Let me double check. Yes, yes. Look at that mic level. Look at the mic levels. Yes. So sorry about that, guys. Again, my mic just kind of gave out on me. And it's the same one. I guess I just had to let it chill for a little while. I don't know. But I wanted to double check it before I went and bought another one, and it's working. So we just gonna take the good news and keep it moving. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to buy a new one soon. But anyway, BGs. I'm so happy to be back on the BGs and hearing more of their phenomenal music. And I noticed recently we've been delving a little bit more into their 60s run. I feel like when it comes to their 70s, Saturday Night Fever, and that, you know what I mean? Like, we really got into that our first go round, and I feel like now a lot of the requests is more so in the 60s, before they really became the mega stars that they ultimately became, which is great. I want to hear everything. This is To Love Somebody, and based off the cover art, it definitely looks early 70s. Like it has a Woodstock kind of look to it. And Woodstock is 69, 70, if I'm not mistaken. So it just has that look to it. Like it looks late 60s, early 70s. So definitely pre-disco. You know what I mean? So but To Love Somebody, I'm ready to hear it. Of course, we'll do the song research afterwards, but I'm ready to hear it, man. Let's go.
There's a light, a certain kind of light that never shone on me. I want my life to be live with you, live with you. There's a way, everybody said, to do each and every little thing. But what does it bring if I ain't got you? Ain't got. Baby, you don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like to love somebody, the way I love you.
Beautiful. Yeah, definitely 60s. Definitely pre-high falsetto voice BGs. That instrumentation, that orchestra or whatever that is, that like the string section of this is absolutely incredible. And that little drum part that just happened probably 10 seconds ago, that was incredible. You know something, what I like about the 60s era of the BGs? Not only is it very fitting, like it sounds 60s-ish. It doesn't sound anything like their work from the 70s. But you hear remnants of what's to come from their 70s era. You know what I mean? Like that last 5 seconds that we just heard of all of them singing together. It's like you hear the 70s era of them in that. But it's done, you know what I mean, completely different. Like, I don't know. You can just tell that what they ultimately became when they, later in the 70s, you hear it in the 60s, and you really hear the potential of the greatness that this group could be. That's why I'm happy that they didn't give up or settle Like I'm noticing a lot of bands that I react to, they have these hits and they have like these little bit of moments, and then for whatever reason they break up, somebody dies, something, and they just kind of stop. With the Bee Gees, I'm really happy that they just kept going. You know what I mean? Even though like, and they were like their 60s stuff was pretty successful, right? It wasn't, Saturday Night Live success, but it was successful. But a lot of groups would take that and be like, we had a nice run, but let's end it. I'm happy they just kept going. But yeah, sound good so far.
I see your face again. I know my friend man. You ain't got to be so glad. And I'm glad, so glad I'm a man. Can't you see what I am? I live and I breathe for you. But what good does it do if I ain't got you? Ain't got you, baby. You don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like to love somebody, the way I love you.
That part right there. Now tell me, in their 70s era, that would be Barry hitting some real like that'll be Barry hitting one of them high notes like Too Much Heaven. He would have hit that high note on right there, and it would have just kept going into what it was going. That's a perfect example. That part right there. Barry would have hit one of them high notes right there and just tore the place up. That's a perfect example. This part right here.
The way I love you. You don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like to love somebody. The way I love you. No. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like. You know what it's like to love somebody.
Yeah. That's something I'm noticing with the 60s Bee Gees. You really hear what was to come with them in their 60s run. In the 70s run and the 60s. You really could hear it. To Love Somebody is a song written by Barry and Robin Gibb, produced by Robert Stigwood. It was the second single released by the Bee Gees from their international debut album, Bee Gees First. In 1967, the single reached number 17 in the United States and number 41 in the United Kingdom. The song's B-side was Close Another Door. The single was reissued in 1980 on RSO Records with How Can You Mend a Broken Heart. All right. Song has been recorded by many other artists, including Janis Joplin. Oh, I gotta hear that. Bonnie Tyler, that name sounds familiar. Nina Simone, that name sounds familiar. At the request of Robert Stigwood, the band's manager, Barry and Robin wrote To Love Somebody as a soulful ballad in the style of Sam and Dave or the Rascals for Otis Redding. Redding came to see Barry at the Plaza in New York City one night Robin claimed that Otis Redding said he loved our material and would Barry write him a song. Oh, wow. Redding died in a plane crash later that year before having a chance to record the song. Wow. Robin said, everyone told us about what a great record they thought it was. Other groups all raved about it, but for some reason people in Britain just didn't seem to like it. I think the reason it didn't do well here is because it's a soul number. Americans loved it, but just wasn't right for this country. That's interesting. So, it's a way that us YouTube creators, we could see, the kind of the stats of who's watching in what countries. I'm always kind of amazed at the different countries of people that watch my videos. But y'all let me know, is that true? Like Great Britain doesn't like soul? Like soul music isn't like that big over there? I just find that I would think whatever's kind of popping over here in certain parts of Europe, especially like Great Britain, I just would think y'all would like it too. That's interesting. If that's true, y'all let me know. I'm genuinely, I'm amazed that he said that. I'm really amazed that he said that. If that's true, y'all let me know. But it did good in the UK. Like I said, it went number 41. Well, in Australia, Belgium, Canada, France, Germany, Netherlands, South Africa. It went silver in the UK. I just find that incredible that he said that. But overall, again, another great record from the Bee Gees. Again, it's very fitting of the time. It almost sounded like something you would have heard in like prime Motown era, 60s. Like it sounded like a Motown record almost. But and again, because I'm so accustomed to hearing them in their 70s era, that hearing them in the 60s without the high falsetto voices, it's still kind of like, who is this sometimes? Like for the younger demographic, like a lot of times when you listen to like Drake today and then you listen to older Drake, you hear it's the same guy, but it's like, I don't know, you can just tell this is from a different era. Like when you hear Drake today and you listen to like So Far Gone or Thank Me Later or Take Care, you're like, oh wow, you know what I mean? Like just to see the evolution of a person, to hear the evolution of a person. But either or, it's still great music. And same here for the Bee Gees. Like you hear a very distinguished difference between their 60s and 70s music, but it's so good. Both of them, both eras. And I really enjoyed it, man. So I want to hear some more. Y'all let me know what else from the Bee Gees I need to check out. Always have a good time with the Bee Gees. So y'all just got to let me know. And I'm definitely going to check it out, alright? As always, like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time with the Bee Gees. Peace.